Yo, before we get into the video, if you're a subscriber on my channel, I appreciate you, bro. We've been killing it lately. The JDMC reaction the other day got like 2k views and we went up like 80 subscribers. So if you're new from that video, I appreciate you. If you're from before that video, I appreciate you. If you're new to this video, subscribe. Subscribe right now. Alright, sweet.
Grabbing the boards like, I'ma go coast to coast. I'm on beats like do-si-do. They don't wanna go toe to toe. Step into my court, you get put in the post.
What up, it's your boy JDMC and we're back with another video. What I'm going to be doing today is talking about Joel Embiid and if he could win MVP this year. It's very early still, but I sort of like making these videos, sort of digesting players' sort of performances so far. And I also do think that it is a strong possibility, especially at this stage, that Joel Embiid could be an MVP. Or at least like an MVP runner. So I do think we need to give him his respect and put him in the conversation. Like, man has been balling out this year. It's cool to see the Sixers back on top. Wait, are the Sixers still the #1 seed as they're making this video? Yeah, they are. They are 2.5 games up on the Bucks. So that is cool to see the 76ers have success. So yeah, what I want to do today is just break down some aspects to Joel Embiid and what I think would need to happen for him to get MVP and what he's doing so far that is putting him in that discussion. Yeah, before we get into it, make sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Road to 1k by October. Let's try to hit 500 by the end of this month. And yeah, also hit a like on the video, really helps me out. Yeah, it's free, so you might as well do it. So the first thing I guess I want to talk about when it comes to Joel Embiid getting MVP is obviously the competition. So at this stage of the year, probably the competition that he's got in terms of like MVP conversation would be LeBron, maybe Paul George. Before the year started, my predictions for MVP were Damian Lillard or Luka. I thought if they could get like a high seed, just their individual success might shine a lot, because a lot of the top talent like the KD and the Hardens and like who else, I guess like Jason Tatum, they all have like they all have very good all-star caliber players next to them, so it's sort of hard to like judge them as an MVP because it's like, well, they're like a two-headed monster. Like for example, like how could you give KD MVP when he's got Harden and Kyrie? How could you give it to Jason Tatum when Jaylen Brown's balling up this much and stuff like that? I know it doesn't fully work like that, like Joel Embiid's got Ben Simmons, but I just think Ben Simmons is having a quiet year. He hasn't really progressed, and Joel Embiid, like, he finally looks in shape. I think that's the main thing, is just he's in shape, he wants to play, he's ready to play, he's hungry. He said he reckoned that he regressed last year, so this year he's sort of trying to make up for it. Like, as we know, there's all that talk with like Shaq and Chuck, and like when he got the 0 points against the Raptors, like there's a lot of sort of backlash on Joel Embiid, sort of like, what's the word, I guess just sort of like health and fitness in general, and his like desire to dominate. But yeah, I do think that especially this year with everyone sort of having their like superstar teammates, I just feel like this could be Joel Embiid's chance. Like, I feel like Paul George is having like a career year and he should definitely be considered as well. But then at the same time, it's like these Kawhi, who's obviously like the better player. But I guess we'll just have to see in terms of competition. Like, obviously I haven't said Giannis's name yet. I think at this stage they're just not going to give it to Giannis. Even if Giannis like has a great rest of the season, they're just going to be like, nah, like we're not giving it to you 3 times if you're just going to like flop in the playoffs. But yeah, that's that. And yeah, moving on to his numbers now. So the man is putting up MVP numbers. I've got the list here. He's got 28 points per game, 11 rebounds. He's getting over 1 steal and 1 block a game. But this is the crazy thing. He's shooting over 50% from the field. I think it's like 56%, which is quite standard for like him. But he's shooting over 40% from 3. I think it's like 42 or 43%. And he's 84% from the free throw line. So he's been extremely efficient. Like, if he was shooting free throws a little bit better and hit that 90%, he would be in the 50-40-90 club, and he's a 7-foot center who dominates in the post and can shoot. So that's crazy. Like, he's just keeps expanding his game, he keeps finding his game and just getting more efficient, more skilled, more dominant. So number wise, he is putting up, so far he is putting up MVP like numbers, especially the 28-11. And he's also like, the thing with him, MVP, if he's putting up these offensive numbers, we know he's holding his own on defense. Like, he's the anchor of that Philadelphia defense, and they're one of the best, I think, top 10 defensive teams in the league at this stage. So that always works in his favor as well, that he's just a big defensive presence. And I think probably the main aspect that makes the Joel Embiid's MVP case like valid or like legitimized is if they get the first seed. I think that will be a big thing. If he can get the first seed over like Giannis and obviously like the Nets, the Heat, Celtics, blah blah blah. Even though the Heat aren't doing that well at the moment. Sorry, Jeremy. There's your shout out, Jeremy. See you, Jeremy. But yeah, I just think that would do a lot. If he was just the #1 seed, I feel like it would make it an easier decision to sort of like put him in that category of like MVP runners. But yeah, at this stage, who Obviously, LeBron is probably an MVP right now. I definitely, like, I'm a huge LeBron fan, as you can probably tell. I definitely didn't think he'd be in the MVP conversation this year. I just thought he'd sort of chill through the regular season. I feel like last year was sort of his chance to get the MVP, and it sort of didn't happen. But LeBron's LeBron, man. LeBron don't chill, bro. He just go crazy. Like, drop 46 and 36, and like. Same with LeBron. Sorry, I'm waffling onto LeBron now. But and then yeah, also Paul George as well. Like, if the Clippers can hold down that first seed and he can be putting up the numbers he is, he should definitely be an MVP conversation. But apart from those two, I feel like Joel Embiid is up there. So that's really interesting. And I'm sort of like, I want LeBron to get MVP, of course, because that would just be cool, like, for his accolades. But I'm really sort of rooting for Joel Embiid this year. I've always loved him, and like, there's a lot of slander around him last year. Like, I got in so much debates with my friends and stuff who were trying to say that like Cat's better than Joel Embiid, and I'm sort of sitting here like, you're sort of valid because Joel Embiid hasn't been playing well, but I know Joel Embiid's just a lot better than any other center in the league, apart from maybe Joker. I feel like they're quite even. Yeah, I do just think at this stage of Joel Embiid's career, he is pretty much in his like physical prime. And also, I think this is the second best 76ers team he's played on, like structure-wise and how they've built the roster. I think the best team was with like JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler and stuff. Like, that team, they obviously lost to the Raptors, but I feel like that was a championship-built team. But that being said, without Jimmy Butler, with Ben Simmons not playing the greatest, and with like, you know, not that other big star, I feel like this has just given Joel Embiid more opportunity to be the MVP. Like, he's literally got Ben Simmons, who's like the big ass facilitator, like overgrown point guard, but then they've just got shooters, like just shooters everywhere, like Steph Curry, Danny Green, Tobias Harris has been getting mad buckets and he's taking less dribbles. So like, this is definitely my point is, this is definitely Joel Embiid's like big opportunity to actually go for MVP. Like, Ben Simmons only shooting 8 shots a game. Like, Joel Embiid's putting up by far the biggest numbers in that team. If they can be a first seed and he can lead them defensively and offensively, and they can, I don't know, it's only 72 games, if they can get like 54 wins or something, and I do think that will really work in favor for Joel Embiid. Yeah, what will have to keep happening for him to get MVP? I think pretty much what I just said is just that first seed, keep putting up numbers, and also it depends on the other candidates. Like, it depends if LeBron's gonna like chill and sort of start resting some games, and it depends if Paul George is gonna stay hot or not. But yeah, I do think that this year it does look, the chances do look nice for Joel Embiid to go out and get MVP. If he really wants it, he could, you know, try hold down that first seed, keep putting up these numbers, keep winning, keep dominating, and who knows, Joel Embiid could be MVP, and that MVP speech would be amazing. It would probably be different circumstance because of the whole like virus going around, but a Joel Embiid MVP speech would be iconic. Like, it would either be extremely hilarious or extremely emotional, and I feel like he would go more emotional, but he'd chuck some jokes in there. But yeah, anyway, moral of the story is Joel Embiid's a man, maybe the best center in the league if you ignore Joker, but I think he's better than Joker, but it's because I'm a Joel Embiid fan, so like, you know, it's hard. That's another discussion for another time. But anyway, that's it for the video. What do you guys think? Leave your comments down below if you think Joel Embiid could get MVP this year. Leave down your comments why you think he could get it. If you don't think he could get it, leave a comment why you don't think he can get it, and we'll have a discussion down there. But yeah, that's it for the video. Stay safe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. And also make sure to like and subscribe, right? You thought this video was done? If you still made it and you're watching this right now, you might as well like and subscribe. Like, you've made it all the way into this video. Do it. It's free. But yeah, alright, laters.